The law of occupation aims to prevent transformative occupations in which the ousted sovereign's interests are set aside in favor of the occupiers. Occupiers have received censure for changing the laws in occupied territory beyond that which is allowed under the law of occupation. The United States was criticized during its occupation of Iraq in 2003 for violating the regime as it went as far as to establish a new Iraqi constitution. It argued that the law of occupation allowed the US to make extensive changes to and substantially dismantle and overhaul Iraqi's laws, as that would ensure public order and safety. However, fundamental changes in the law and government of occupied territories seems to be exactly what Article 43 seeks to prevent, as it no longer balances the rights of the ousted sovereign. Indeed, the law aims to ensure occupying power remains close to local standards and traditions as they were before the occupation, only allowing changes when absolutely necessary. The occupation of Iraq was labeled a transformative occupation for this reason, and the US and UK campaign to change domestic laws was needlessly aggressive. However, the issue with the prohibition on transformative occupations is that the law envisaged short-term occupations in which the sovereignty of the occupying power needed to be temporary and the ousted sovereign's interests had to be maintained. This may not be feasible or practical in those which are prolonged and which require the occupier to pass laws for the welfare of the occupied population. Though knowing when the occupied population's interests are being upheld over the occupiers is an onerous task and one which would be better discharged by an oversight mechanism, it would evaluate the occupier's plans and the law it seeks to pass in light of international humanitarian law and human rights law in order to prevent abuse by the occupier. While the law of occupation was codified over 100 years ago and is seen by many as outdated for the realities of modern occupation, the institution of an oversight mechanism may ensure that the law is in line with the current realities.